Okay, let's continue. The structure, aminoglobulin structure. Okay, we were discussing about aminoglobulin structure. Constant fragment and variable fragment have the further divisions there. Okay, a heavy chain having three constant parts: CH1, CH2, and CH3. And heavy chain have the last variable part. Variable part is VH. Okay, VH stand for variable heavy chain part, variable light chain part. So antigen binding site is variable part of the antibody. That variable part having lot of variety, lot of diversity. That part for every bacteria, for example, just 10 amino acid there. So this site is known as active site where the antigen bind. Okay, so that 10 amino acid every time change in sequence. Okay, some amino acid for binding with the hemophilus bacteria, some for streptococcus bacteria, some for E. coli bacteria, some for listeria bacteria. Oh, lot of bacteria, thousand bacteria there. Okay, just tell a few names there. Oh, the antibody bind with different category of microbes. Okay, and they have lot of variety. Every time new response, every time new response. Okay, the antibody change the sequence in the variable part of antibody. The variable part showing variety. Keep in mind, variable variety, variable diversity. Okay, so variable part always change for new antigen. Variable part always change for new antigen. Okay, the constant part remain constant. Constant part remain constant. Okay, it's about the structure of light chain and heavy chain. What's the what junction between the, you can see here, this red, these are some red lines there. So what are these things? These are the disulfide bond. I already explained. Okay, so bonding between the all part of the antibody. Okay, the connection between all part is a disulfide bond. Okay, light chain connected with the each other, disulfide bond. Light chain connected to heavy chain, disulfide bond. Heavy chain connected with each other, disulfide bond. So overall here we having what? Disulfide bond between all the antibody area. Okay, what about this region? This region a bit different between the heavy chain and light. This region is also formed of what is this chain part? Heavy chain. So this region is very flexible. This region is very flexible. Okay, for example, flexible. So if flexible, the antibody, they have arm like this. Okay, and they can open their arm, full opening of arm like this. They can open arm. It depends upon the antigen is much bigger and want to bind with them. So this part is very flexible part. Okay, this part is flexible part and provide flexibility to the antibody structure. Okay, and this area known as hinge. Hinge is just like a joint. Okay, it's a joint between the, is this one is straight part of antibody, FC part, and this is the FAB, variable part of the antibody. The junction between variable and constant part of antibody is the hinge. And what's the function of hinge? Hinge provides some extra flexibility. Okay, if the antigen size is much bigger, so to bind with that antigen, they can open the arms completely. Okay, because of flexibility, clear. This about what are the classes? No need to repeat again. Okay, is same classes, all of the same classes here. The important thing, another I think extra, the IgA and IgG. These two, these two antibodies, they also have further types. Okay, they also have further types like IgA1, IgA2, IgA1, IgA2, and this one is IgG1, IgG2, IgG3, IgG4. So IgG having how many subtypes? It's a one type of antibody. Okay, having four subtypes. And IgA having how many subtypes? One and two. Understand? So these are subtypes there. Clear? These are subtypes. Heavy chain is the constant. Listen carefully. Heavy chain, constant region of all antibody, one isotype remains same. Clear? Nearly remains same amino acid. Where is the difference? Where is the difference? At variable type. At variable part, we having different types here. Okay, at variable part. So amino, it's a sequence of all all the like constant part of all antibody remain same. Constant part is a constant part. Understand? Constant part is a constant part. Diversity at variable part. Diversity at variable part. Heavy chain. How many types of heavy chain? Types of heavy chain, not part of heavy chain. Types of heavy chain mu, types of heavy chain gamma, types of heavy chain delta, types of heavy chain epsilon. Okay, types of heavy chain. Which one left? Which one left? Delta done, gamma done, mu done, epsilon done, alpha. Alpha also done. Oh, one is missing. IgM, IgG, IgE. Okay, so all these are according to different types of antibody. So their types, antibody types depend upon heavy chain mu, okay, heavy chain gamma, heavy chain delta, heavy chain epsilon, and heavy chain alpha. Okay, so these five types of heavy chain. Heavy chain, how many part? Like in antibody, we having heavy chain part, the constant part of heavy chain 1, constant part of heavy chain 2, constant part of heavy chain 3, variable part of heavy chain. Clear? So we having four parts there. So in all constant part of all antibody regarding which a mu or gamma or alpha like this, okay? So their amino acid, they are nearly same, okay? Where is the variety? The variety here in variable part. Understand? Variety here in the variable part. How about the light chain? Light chain, how many types of light chain? Kappa, okay? Kappa and lambda. Kappa and lambda. So lambda sign, physics, lambda and kappa. How many parts of constant chain? So light chain, constant light chain part, variable light chain part. These two. Understand? One variable and one constant. Heavy chain having four parts in the antibody. Light chain having two parts in the antibody. According to types, kappa and lambda are light chain. According to type, we having five types of heavy chain. Done? Five types of heavy chain. The subclasses already explained. For IgG, we having four more subtypes. For IgA, we having two more subtypes. Okay. Okay. Let's see about the light chain. Light chain. It's a kappa and lambda. How we can differentiate? Or is there carboxyl terminal? You know, protein having two terminal, one carboxy terminal and one nitrogen ammonia terminal here. Okay, one side nitrogen terminal and one side carboxy terminal. In this area, amino acid is different. Here there's some difference here. Okay, so light chain. Light chain has two types of light chain: kappa and lambda. Kappa and lambda. Okay. What's the subtypes of lambda? Lambda 1, lambda 2. So what are these chain? Belongs to light. Light chain two types. One, lambda. Now we're discussing what? We're discussing light chain. Light chain lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4. Okay? Lambda 4 types. Lambda 4 types. Structure we already done, okay? Structure we already done. IgM or IgG, you can see the same part, okay, the same area. Constant part, constant 1, constant 2, constant 3. So this thing here, this part here, you can see the four parts there, yeah. So it's depend upon the size. It's depend upon the size. IgM very big, biggest antibody is IgM, very big antibody. Here you can see the constant part 1, constant part 2, constant part 3. We just have 3. Okay. So IgG a bit smaller than IgM. Understand? So this constant part, their number, we're not able to change this. Okay. We'll not change this. Variable part remain fixed. Okay. Variable part, just a variety of amino acids here, but the number, just one part is variable from all the part. How many parts here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. From these 5 parts, you can see only one is variable, all other are constant. Okay, all other are constant. Here in the IgG, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts of antibody, and one part is variable. Last part, N terminal of the protein is a variable part. Okay, the remaining three, CH1, CH2, CH3, like this. Understand? So according to the antibody size, the constant part may be 3 in number, maybe 4 in number, maybe 5 in number. Okay. So this is according to the size of antibody. This may be 2 parts, maybe 3 parts. Okay. So the two category here, IgM and IgG. IgM and IgG. So this for defense for acute infection, a defense for chronic infection. Okay. Now you can see the difference here. Okay, IgG and IgM, clear? So the number of constant part, they can be different according to size of antibody. If the antibody is very big, or maybe 5 or 6 constant part like this. Okay, understand or not? Till here clear? Okay, let's see. Second, IgG, again the structure here, IgG, IgG here. Oh, it's a variable part, VL, and the constant part, constant 1, constant 2, constant 3. Okay, it's done or not? Okay. Okay, let's see very important function of constant part, this Fc part. Not all antibody. How many antibody? We having IgA, we having IgE, we having IgD. The all other antibody, they have no interaction with, keep in mind, they have no interaction with complement system. Okay, the Fc part, Fc fragment, Fc part is a constant part of IgG, constant part of IgM, constant part of IgG, and constant part of IgM. They have interaction with complement protein. They have some interaction with complement protein. Clear? So it's mean that only two antibody, they have ability to activate complement. This is very important property. Okay, IgG have ability to activate complement protein, complement system, and IgM also have ability to activate complement system. The all other three antibody, they're not able to stimulate complement system. Understand? Keep in mind this part. Okay, so the Fc part, this is the Fc part of IgM. This is the Fc part of Ig, IgG. So the Fc, the which one is more stronger for complement stimulation? The Fc part of IgG is a more stronger for complement activation. Okay, IgM still have the ability to stimulate complement protein. Okay, so these two antibody only, IgG and IgM, they have ability to activate complement system. Okay, so they're only the Fc part have ability to stimulate complement system. Understand? The Fc part have ability to stimulate complement system. The other three antibody, they also have Fc part and Fab part, but their Fc fragment not have ability to stimulate complement system. Okay, so their Fc part not have ability to stimulate complement system. Only two antibody have ability to stimulate complement system. What is complement system? Complement system is also for defense. These 20 types of protein produced inside the liver, and the liver also play a role in immunity by producing complement protein. Okay, the complement protein is very strong defense, also very important for defense. Understand? So this complement protein activation done by antibody. Understand? So their activation done by antibody. Which antibody have ability to stimulate complement system, to activate complement protein, is the IgG, and only IgM and IgG. Done? Only IgM and IgG. Okay, let's see about the other things about the IgM. The IgM, one thing we've done as a complement system, FC part have ability to stimulate the complement system also. Okay, the IgM. Do you remember about B cell receptor? B cell receptor. B cell receptor. B cell receptor. Which antibody attach on B cell surface? IgD. Act
AGT.
like, okay, act like receptor. Ig, listen carefully. IgM also have ability to attach with B cell receptor and also act like B cell receptor. Okay, also act like IgM. IgM also attach with the B cell and act like receptor. B cell receptor. Which antibody? Now again another question here. The antibody act like B cell receptor. Antibodies act like B cell receptor. Two antibodies, IgD and IgM. Understand? Two antibodies stimulate complement system. Only two, IgM and IgG. Okay, antibody attach on the surface of, listen carefully, okay, attach on the surface of B cell and which part attach? Keep in mind, okay, which part of it. If you attach this part, is not good. Okay, you are going to kill that cell. We just use constant part. So the FC part attached with the, you can see how I am attaching here, okay, how I am fixing here this antibody. So FC, there's a constant part attached with the membrane of the B cell and act like, this antibody act like B cell receptor. Understand? Antibody act like B cell receptor. Okay, this in the same manner, if the cell is a mast cell, which antibody attached with the mast cell? The mast cell attached with the antibody is the IgE. The constant part of, letter we see this IgE. Okay, the constant part of IgE attached with mast cell. Okay, constant part of IgE attached with the membrane of mast cell and stimulate the mast cell. Clear? So here we just now we're done about the FC part. Okay, the function I think is today is enough for this class. Okay, the remaining thing about the antibodies is a very important topic of immunology. Okay, to understand the antibody, how they're working. Okay, tomorrow we continue with their function, individual function of the antibody. At least now you guys have some idea about the classification, about the like the types there, how we classify the antibody according to heavy chain mu, heavy chain alpha, heavy chain delta, heavy chain gamma, heavy chain epsilon. Okay, so this is the classification according to heavy chain. And lambda chain kappa chain belongs to light chain. And in the antibody, how they attach with each other, disulfide bond, we having some constant part, we having some variable part. Which part for antigen and which part for attachment with the membrane of the other cells, okay, like B cell or mast cell. So we're using FC part. So which part of antibody stimulate complement system? FC part. Okay, so only two antibody they have ability to stimulate the FC part of IgM, and FC part of IgG have ability to stimulate complement system. Okay, and which two antibody they act like the B cell receptor, IgM and IgG. It's all about the lecture. Okay, inshallah we will continue tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you.
Assalamu
Thank you,
alaikum.
sir. Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.